All right, good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night, April the 23rd, and it's been another warm and muggy and kind of wet day. Past couple of days, we've been in the low 80s for highs. Now, that's still above average for late April. The average high is 78, but if it wasn't for the cloud cover and the rain, it would be a lot hotter, and we're actually going to see that this weekend. The rain's going to dry up, and temperatures are going to take off. And I think those highs are going to surge to near 90 by the end of the weekend and early next week. So if you remember, we started the month of April with 3 consecutive days of high temperatures at 90. We had a couple of record highs. Well, we're going to bookend this. We're going to end the month of April with temperatures at least getting close to 90 degrees. I think some places will actually hit 90 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. Until then, we stay in the 80s, and there will be a chance of rain for the rest of the week. I just think we're going to take down the coverage from day to day. Now, obviously, it's raining out there still, but notice we don't see a whole lot in the way of thunderstorms. There are a few of those around Adams County, some lightning strikes still, but this is in the process of diminishing. And I really think once we get past midnight, we're just going to see some stray showers out there and just a lot of cloud cover and maybe even some fog developing overnight through tomorrow morning. So we've had a boundary in place over Mississippi interacting with the warm and the moist air. That boundary is kind of lifting to the north as a warm front, and I think it's really going to wash away over the next 24 hours. But that still leaves us with a very muggy air mass over the southeast. So this is going to transition into a summertime weather pattern where during the heating of the day, we're going to get those showers randomly popping up. But I just don't think the coverage is going to be quite as good. And with those type of showers, they do tend to die away after the sun goes down. We haven't seen that over the past couple of days because the boundary's been in place. The rain has continued, sometimes overnight and in the morning. Well, later this week, it's mostly just going to be afternoon and early evening showers that will dissipate a little bit later in the evening. So we'll see if that comes to pass. I still think we're going to see chances of rain for the rest of the week. It's just that the coverage is going to go down. So here is a look at Live IMAX 12. Now, we didn't have any severe thunderstorm warnings today, but there is a flash flood warning in effect for about the next half hour. Well, hour or so until 10:30 for parts of Warren County. They picked up between 2 and 3 inches of rain here. Obviously, not raining as hard right now. Some light showers do continue, but the heaviest rain is a little bit farther to the south. But again, this is in the process of diminishing. Here's a look at Vicksburg. Still raining there. And there's your flash flood warning until 10:30. Live IMAX 12 estimating about 2.5 inches of rain south of I-20 and south of Vicksburg and Warren County. Now here in the metro, it's just cloudy. We're getting a break from the rain, just a few sprinkles out there. It is 70 degrees, but the dew point is 69. So don't expect those temperatures to move a whole lot between now and tomorrow morning. At their lowest, we're going to be at about 63 to 65 degrees, but we could conceivably just stay in the upper 60s during the overnight hours. And again, there's been so much moisture around. If the temperatures drop just a few more degrees, I think we could see some issues with fog and visibility first thing in the morning. Now, for tomorrow, I want you to notice, yeah, we're in the 80s, but it's going to be just a little bit warmer. Today's high was 81. Tomorrow, 84 to 85. I think we're going to see a little bit more in the way of sun, and that coverage of the rain is not going to be quite as good, about 40%. And that's going to be our trend. Less rain, more sun, and a warming trend. You see that puts us up near 90 by Sunday and Monday. Here's a look at our in-house model showing the storms dying away and then coming back tomorrow. The coverage not as good Thursday. Then these storms mostly die away, and then they're going to come back on your Friday afternoon, and then after the sun goes down, they will diminish Friday afternoon as well. So rain still in the forecast through the weekend, actually, but I just think once we get to Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be just a random stray shower, a 10-20% chance. By Monday, it completely dries up, but that's going to be a pretty hot day. So Mississippi River flood warnings, the stages are pretty close to where they're going to peak or crest in a couple of days, but still have a little bit to go as far as the river rising. In Vicksburg, we're at 48.2 feet. This evening should rise about a foot and a half between now and early next week, April the 28th. In Natchez, well, the flood stage is 48. We're currently at 54.3, still over a foot of rise to go at Natchez. So expected to crest there at 55.5. That's 7.5 feet above flood stage on April the 29th. Now, here's the thing. After the river's crest, they're not just immediately going to drop. The river is going to stay high for a couple of weeks. For the rest of April through the first week of May, we should stay at moderate flood stage, and then we're looking at a slow fall. So I think the river is going to stay high through at least mid-May. We may not drop below flood stage for a few weeks. So that may cause some problems with the roadways close to the river. Flooding, they're going to stay underwater for a couple weeks. All right, your forecast for tonight, 50% chance of rain, mostly in the evening, then just a stray shower overnight, mid-60s in the morning. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, 40% chance of scattered storms, a little bit hotter, 84, winds coming in from the southeast, so you know the humidity is going to stay high. That's not going to change over the next several days. So here's the trend. You see the percentage of rain goes down from 40 to 30 to 20 to 10, and then high temperatures warm from the mid-80s to near 90 by the end of the weekend. And then Monday, Tuesday next week, it's just really going to feel like summer. Upper 60s to low 70s in the morning, close to 90 in the afternoon with a high humidity. I think the heat index is going to top out during the hottest part of the day between about 90 and 95. Now, another front's going to make a run at us from the north, and that's going to increase our chances of rain by midweek. Now, Thursday is the first day of May, and that's looks to be our best chance of rain at 60%. Will the front come all the way through? We'll have to see. This is 8 days out. It's really hard to get fronts to come all the way through and give us cool air at this time of the year. Once we get into May, we are really getting into a summertime weather pattern, and so I would say it's unlikely that the front's going to come through. So we're pretty much going to be in warm, muggy conditions, it looks like, from here on out. But we'll see. We'll keep you posted on the forecast for late next week. All right, that's going to do it for your weather update this evening. Meteorologist Gracie Morris is going to be here with your next update tomorrow morning, and then meteorologist Roberto Zamora will be here with a midday update on your Thursday. Until then, have a good night.